Okay, so they're giving us a trig ratio in decimal form this time, and they want us to figure out what angle it's associated with. They say cosine theta is minus 0.5. Now, that's minus 1/2, and we know there's a special triangle which contains sides that are 1 and 2, so we could crack this without ever touching the calculator and without doing a lot of this work, but pretend you didn't notice that, and let's do this blind, because they could just as easily give you minus 0.58741, and then we'd have no idea about the special triangle, and we'd have to do it with little calculator help. So, the cosine is negative 0.5. If cosine is negative, what quadrants are we in? You can either think cosine is x over r, so we must be in one of the two quadrants where x is negative, or if you use the cast rule, it'll tell you that cosine is positive here, so that can't be the one. All ratios are positive here, so that can't be it either. It's got to be s or t. So, there we are. So we have to be in either quadrant 2 or quadrant 3, and we've got triangles in both of those quadrants with cosine negative 0.5. If you go to the calculator and do second cosine 0.5, that'll get us a reference angle. 0.5. On my calculator, it's 0.5 second cosine. On a TI-83 or one of that generation, you actually do second cosine and then the 0.5, close the bracket, hit enter. But either way, if you do that, you should get 60 degrees for your reference angle. So we can either have a reference of 60 this way or a reference of 60 this way. I encourage you to not put this negative sign in when you're finding the reference angle. The calculator does not handle those negative signs very gracefully. It gives you one of the solutions, and it isn't always the one that you're expecting, so you don't know what quadrant the calculator is going to come up with if you put this negative sign in. Just hide that from it. Just give it the 0.5, and then it'll give you a correct reference angle. We are better at handling the different quadrants than a calculator is, I promise you. Okay, so reference angle is 60. Here's our 60-degree reference angles in quadrants 2 and 3. And now the question becomes, what are the rotation angles that go with that? If we start over here the way standard angles are supposed to go, and we go counterclockwise to this point, what angle is that? I think of it as go all the way around to 180, and then you realize you've gone too far and you back up 60 degrees. So 180 minus 60 is the first angle. The second one is go all the way around to 180 and then go another 60 degrees. 180 plus 60 gives you the second angle. So in quadrant 2 we have rotation angle 120. In quadrant 3 we have rotation angle 240. Those are the two places where cosine can be minus 1/2.